Bienvenido. Welcome back to the Pitch Pod. I'm Jeff Stebbins, the host, and today we are taking a look at LigaMX. Currently in LigaMX, we are right at match day 9 of 17 of the Clausura. Currently, the top 3 teams are Cruz Azul, Toluca, Guadalajara, Chivas, and we're sitting respectively in those top 3 spots at 22 points, 21 points, and 18 points. Not too far behind Chivas. You have Pumas and Pachuca as well. And then from there, it starts to drop off a little bit. Surprisingly, Club America all the way down in the 9th position. But at this point in the season, you kind of expect Cruz Azul, Toluca, Chivas to be near the top of the table. So that's not a huge surprise there. Goal differential, it's looking beneficial for both Cruz Azul and Toluca at this point, with 8 and 10 at this point. And it starts to drop off a little bit from there. All 3 of these teams are super talented and could come away with the victory of this Clausura. But it should be noted that Toluca were the champions of the previous year. And so they have a little bit more in stake here, right? They're the defending champs and they're going to want to win this, as all the teams are, but there's a little extra there. Again, all 3 of these teams are extremely talented. Cruz Azul, maybe they're a little bit different of a team than Toluca in terms of how they play. They're defensively very impressive, being led by their goalkeeper, Kevin. Toluca, they're a little bit more offensive heavy with some really talented strikers up top, including the Portuguese striker, Paulino. And Chivas has a variety of players that are super talented, including the American Cade Cal at that forward position. But they're pretty stacked from a variety of different perspectives. Their midfield strong, led by Armando Gonzalez. Alan Pulido, striker from a former MLS team, Sporting Kansas City. So any way you look at it, but all these teams have really talented veteran players. I want to be sure to mention Vega, also a striker for Toluca, who's another veteran with a really outstanding career there. So they're all different, but Cruz Azul's probably a team a little bit known more so for their defensive capabilities as opposed to Chivas, for example. But it's early, still plenty of season to go, but if I'm going to make my predictions here on who's going to come away with the victory of this season for Clausura, which club is going to end up taking it, I'm partial to the top 2 as it currently sits, so Cruz Azul and Toluca. And not only because of their form in this season where we're at currently, but in their history, of course, of both clubs having success. But that goal differential is really what's kind of setting things apart for me. It's going to be hard for Chivas, Pachuca, Pumas to climb up the table, let alone balance out that goal differential. So right away, I'm looking at Cruz Azul and Toluca. From there, honestly, I think it's just going to come down to who's in the better form as we approach the back half of the season. Which team is going to be, because both of their schedules are, every club in the league is going to be highly competitive. So I from here on out, it's just going to depend on health, form of the clubs, and if I had to pick, who do I think this favors this back half of the season? A more offensive team in Toluca, or maybe a little bit more of a defensive powerhouse in Cruz Azul? I'm going to go with Toluca. And again, I think they just have a little bit more to lose here, being that they are the previous champions, and they're coming off a strong apertura. They're looking really good. They're in good form. Again, a variety of talented strikers and midfielders with experience that can help lead this team to victory. As I mentioned earlier, I'm thinking of Paulino. I'm thinking of Vega. So if I had to put money on this one, I'm going to say Toluca is going to take the Clausura. They're going to be the champions. Cruz Azul is going to drop down in second. From there, the third spot, that's a tough one. I kind of think Pumas is going to make a run. Chivas, again, they're looking really good this season. I don't think they're going to take the number 2 spot. I think they're going to remain at 3 or 4. But I think Toluca is going to win, and so that's the prediction of the Pitch Pod. Either way, it's going to be a fun end to the season as we are approaching the second half of it, and all these teams are looking strong as they are, again, currently at that match day 9 position. So could be a variety of different outcomes, but I'm going with Toluca. So thank you so much for listening. If you get a chance, please hit that like and that subscribe. And hopefully you get a chance to tune in and see how this season of LigaMX finishes. And looking forward to till next time.